Danielle Marceline, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 lazy houseplant care routine tips and tricks. One of the biggest questions that I'm asked every time is, how do you take care of your 500 houseplants? Well, I don't have 500 houseplants, but I do have a lot. So I'm gonna share with you what things I've learned throughout the past 2-3 years that have helped me be smarter and let my time work harder for me as it relates to taking care of my plants. So stick around to find out more. Tip number 1, the moisture meters I have in my life. These are the absolute 2 tools that are my ride or dies. I can't live without them. They're the most important things that help me be my lazy self. So the first one up is actually my moisture meter. And this thing is the most amazing thing, because you just stick it in your soil, right? You don't even have to use your fingers at all. And it tells you whether the soil is dry, moist, or wet using the gauge that's actually on the meter itself. Another reason why I absolutely adore my moisture meter is because if you tend to overwater or even underwater your plants, it's super easy to see so that you're just not like watering those plants left and right, which are gonna give it root rot and a lot of things you don't actually want. So 10 out of 10 recommend. I got this off of Amazon, but you can also get it at your local nursery or hardware store, and I'll link the one that I use down below. The second tool that is my absolute must-have is this handy dandy aquameter. I got this off of Amazon. You can get them in packs of 6, packs of 4. You can get them in different sizes. I think this is either the large or the medium. And they do the job that's similar to the moisture meter, but you can actually leave these in your plants so that you don't actually have to probe your soil, which I know it sounds really lazy and really like not the most exciting, but it is if you have 100+ houseplants, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. And how it works is that it actually has like a little bit that has a pH indicator. So it actually measures the capacity of water. So it actually will turn blue right here if it is wet, or if it's dry, it'll be white. So if I'm doing a quick scan of all of my different plants, I can easily see, okay, whatever's white, I gotta water it today or tomorrow. Tip number 2. Planters are amazing, right? They're absolutely beautiful, but they're also very functional. And oftentimes, I always pick these 2 specific types of planters. The first one is a self-watering planter. And this works by having a string, if you will, that is submerged in water, and it wicks moisture from the water into the soil for the plant. So all you have to do is refill the water every now and then, and it stays watered, and it takes up only what it needs. So it's absolutely amazing for any of your really needy plants. Like the second type of planter I like, which to be honest, many planters are like this, but they actually have drainage holes. Drainage holes are so incredibly important. I can't reiterate that enough. They prevent your plant from just sitting, literally just sitting in excess moisture. It can lead to root rot if you don't have drainage holes. It'll help you understand, okay, did I actually water my plant like fully? Because you'll see water that just escapes from that drainage hole. But I could talk about that on another rant another day. If you want a video about that specifically, let me know in the comments below. But drainage holes, super important because it's going to relate to my next amazing tip for you all. Okay, tip number 3, bottom watering. As soon as I was introduced this in my houseplant care routine, I have not done top watering in a hot minute. And what exactly is bottom watering? Well, you can leverage any vessel you have in your apartment, in your home. You can literally use a mixing bowl from your kitchen. You can use your sink, you can use your bathtub, or just any kind of tray. And how it works is that you essentially submerge your planter, what have you, in that water, in several inches of water, for about 1 to 2 hours. And you know that the plant is done because when you actually touch the top of the soil, it's a little bit moist and wet. And that's how you know that your plant has absorbed all the water. So how does bottom watering actually work? Well, it works because instead of top to bottom, it allows the capillaries of a plant to absorb the water from the bottom up. So it only absorbs the amount that it actually needs. And it's an amazing tip that I use every single day because all I do is just put my plants in my bathtub for like 2 hours and I come back and it's done. Okay, tip number 4. Picking the right plants for you. Well, there's something you can do that's proactive, right? It's choosing specific plant species that have care routines that are complementary to your style, right? Like, do you have a lot of time? Do you not have a lot of time? For me, I have 500 things to do, so I don't. So you can pick plants that prefer to fully dry out between waterings, right? So that's a pothos, that's a philodendron, that's a scindapsus variety, or even a ZZ plant. All of these love being super, super dry before you down it with water. And so that is going to allow you to actually save time. Tip number 5 is plant placement. This may seem like such a small thing, and in the grand scheme of things, yes, it is, but it does make a big impact, especially as you're thinking about being the most efficient with your time. And that's organizing your plants by how like-minded they are, right? Are they all philodendrons that like to dry out completely before waterings? Do you want to ensure that you put plants that you watered the same day together so that they'll probably be ready to be watered in a couple of days from now, all at the same time? All of that's just very, very helpful so that you're not scrambling as you're watering your plants in the morning about, okay, do I need to do this one? Do I need to do that one? And it'll just make it easier if you are using your moisture meters or probes to actually measure it then and there. Okay, so those are my 5 tips and tricks for the lazy houseplant care routine. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. If I didn't include a certain tip that you've learned, I'd love to learn from you. So if you could drop that in the comments down below. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. It would help me so very, very, very much. If you want to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button. Join the fam, join the party, join the hang sesh. There's going to be so many more awesome videos like this to come. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye!